Hi guys, a lot of you have been asking me to do another video, and I'm just coming up to 5 months now since I had my hair transplant in Turkey. That was at the end of December. I think it was December the 18th I had it, so it's just coming up to around about 5 months. So yeah, it's doing okay. It's gone a little bit blonder in the sun because I've just been in Rio for 4 days, and it's gone slightly lighter. It's a bit fuzzy at the moment because I've just washed it about half an hour ago, but let's have a look. So I've got no fibres in or anything like that, it's just my plain hair. So that's it. I mean, the sides and the back from the donor area are all completely fine. You might notice the back area, the crown, is still a little bit lighter. You can still see the scalp. If I put gel or anything like that, or it gets really wet, you can see the scalp a lot more easily. Don't know if I can adjust it slightly. What I actually do is I sort of comb the hair up at the back to sort of go over it, and if you sort of comb it like the old-fashioned kind of comb over, if you sort of comb it towards the middle, towards the crown, you can kind of hide it a little bit. It is growing, but very slowly, and it's sort of a well-known fact that the crown is the bit that takes the longest to grow. It's also mine down the middle, it's sort of like a little bit empty still, because they always start at the front, give you a nice hairline, and then work their way back. And as I've said before, the bits at the sides, I think they're called widow's peaks, they filled those in for me. I didn't actually think mine was that bad at the front, but when they shaved it all off, you could see, yeah, and I'm really glad they've done it now, because they've sort of given me a better hairline at the front. They brought it forward a little bit, and those bits either side they filled in. A lot of people say, you know, it looks fake having like a bowl cut at the front, but I don't think mine looks too bad actually, and I'm really happy with it because it looks better than what it did. You know, it's not going all the way back, receding. My main area that I was concerned about was the crown, so hopefully that is going to grow. A lot of guys need a second transplant after a year to cover that, because obviously they work from the front to the back. It's what's left over gets put into the crown. So yeah, it's coming along not too badly. This is 5 months and I'm pretty happy with it. I've not cut the top at all. I've shaved the sides and the back, but I probably haven't done that for about a month now, so it's growing a little bit. But yeah, normally, sort of before I had a transplant, my hair was usually about grade 5 or 6 on top, and usually 2 on the sides and the back. But yeah, I've not cut it at all on top, so it's sort of like 5 months growth on top. People say also, oh, if they see my before pictures, that I had sort of a fair bit of hair on top anyway. And yeah, I did. I don't, you know, I'm not trying to hide that at all. My main bald areas were, it was receding, the widow's peaks down there, and the bald bit, and some of it's kind of like a heart shape, because where the bald spot went at the back, it kind of comes down like that, so it's kind of bald down there. But they filled that out quite well. At the moment I'm happy with it. I could use fibres to cover the crown and make it look thicker, but at the moment, you know, I'm not that bothered. I just would like it to grow naturally. Been in Rio, like I said, and I sort of, whenever I go in the sun, my hair and my fingernails seem to grow quicker. So I'm hoping that maybe a little bit of sun has helped it. You shouldn't go in the sun if you've just had the op done. You know, you should wear a hat and protect your head. I did the areas that you could see the scalp, I've put like a high factor sun cream on to stop it. You don't want to get sunburn or anything like that on it, so yeah. And I took my baseball cap, I forgot to take it out sometimes, so I did get a little bit of sun, and it's kind of, like I said, made my hair a little bit blonder. But no, apart from that, it's going pretty good. For 5 months, I'm pretty happy with it. So, if you can see it really well. hard to sort of show you the crown when it's actually behind. Yeah, Rio, if you ever get the chance to go to Rio, it's a brilliant place. I highly advise you to go there. Doesn't cost as much as you think. I got 4 nights in a 4-star hotel for £380, and that included the flights, return flights from Gatwick. So, and the food out there is really cheap. Great scenery, great beach. Our hotel was just on the beach. It does get really hot down there though, so be careful. Yeah, I've got some guys write on social media to me and they say that they've got pimples and things like that. I've got like a lump just there. It hurts quite a lot if you touch it. I thought I'd just bang my head getting into the car or something, but I'm not actually sure now if it's like an ingrown hair or something. It's kind of there, been there for a few weeks now, so I'm just keeping an eye on that. You can't actually see it that much though. I've got something in my hair over there. Yeah, pills. People still say to me, what pills am I taking? So I take the biotin and the saw palmetto and the multivitamins. I'll just show you. So these ones, vitamin D3, they sent me for free just to try them. It's not really to do with my hair, but I'll take those at the moment anyway. Multivitamins, I've taken for years, just to give me my vitamins basically. I will leave links for everything I take down below, so you can order some if you want to. Biotin, been taking these for about a year now. Saw palmetto, take for about a year now. Biotin is to make your hair, nails grow quicker, stronger, and it seems to work. My nails grow a lot quicker. Saw palmetto is, people say it's the herbal version of finasteride, and it's supposed to stop you from losing your hair basically. And touch wood, since having my op, I've not lost as much hair in the shower. Everyone loses a bit of hair because your hair goes through cycles, but in the shower I can definitely see there's nowhere near as much as what there used to be after I've had a shower. But yeah, so people say, is it definitely the saw palmetto stopping it? I don't know. It could be just because I've reached the age where I'm not going to lose any more hair. Not everyone who loses hair goes completely bald on top. Some do, some don't. Some just have a little bald spot, some have more receding at the front. Just depends. So maybe it's the pills, maybe it's not. At the moment though, my clinic recommended taking them for a year, so that's what I'm doing. After a year I might try stopping, but they're so cheap, you know, you can, it's not too much of a problem taking them. Like, you can get a year's worth for about 15 quid. Get a lot of these as well. If you're a new customer, you write them a review and they send you another free bottle, so you've got like another year's worth for free. That's on the biotin, and also on these, fancy a free bottle. You write them a review online. I don't even think it has to be a great review, if, you know, as long as it's an honest review, and they seem fine with that, they'll just send you another bottle. What else am I taking? Take Expedia, which is not, some people get confused, they think, oh, it's Propecia, finasteride. It's not, this is just all herbal. It's basically is saw palmetto, ginkgo biloba, biotin. It's got loads of stuff in it. I bought 5, I think, boxes out in Turkey, so I'm just using these till they run out basically. I'm taking those alongside the saw palmetto and biotin, but yeah, when they run out I'll just be taking the saw palmetto and biotin. Yeah, at the moment I put this minoxidil solution. I've still got some left of the oily sort of solution, which I don't love because it makes your hair oily. If you put it on before you go to bed, it makes your pillow sort of goes yellowy. It's okay, but your hair, where the hair's longer now, around the outsides, if it touches that, it makes that greasy as well. It is quite greasy. A lot of guys say don't use the solution, use the foam. So I bought some of this off of Amazon. I'll put a link below again to it so you can buy it if you want. So I have actually tried this once or twice. I'm waiting to finish the solution, but yeah, you can put this on, you just undo the top. you spray in about a bottle tops worth onto your hand and just rub it in. At the moment I use that on, well, the solution, but I use that on the crown area and basically any areas that are going quite slow that I'd hopefully like to hurry up. People say, does that make your hair fall out? I've heard reports that it does. When you first start using it, it can make your hair fall out a little bit. I've not really experienced that. It seems fine on mine. But yeah, that's the pills that I'm taking. The other things I'm taking, you can do some like styling, and this stuff I bought off of Amazon, which I'll send a link to below. It's called Gents of London Carbon Clay, and it's really, really good. I've never been one for really styling my hair that much. I've not been to a hairdresser or barber for like 20 odd years at least. I've always just shaved my hair myself, using a mirror in front and a mirror behind, so you can just look at what you're doing. But yeah, this stuff, Carbon Clay, I think it was about £7. It smells really nice, and yeah, you just take some off, put it onto your hands, rub together and just sort of massage it through your hair. Style your hair how you want, and it's pretty good. It's hold factor 3 out of 5. But yeah, I'd highly recommend this stuff. It's really good. I think it was about £7 or £8, but you can buy a bigger tub which lasts a bit longer and is better value. You get so many questions about, just everything. People sort of think, like shampoos and things like that, none of that stuff is going to, if you're bald completely, it's not going to grow your hair. It's, the pills I take are all herbal, but if I hadn't have had the hair transplant, my hair wouldn't just suddenly start growing where it was bald before. It's, you need the hair transplant, and the pills, all the ones I take, the herbal ones, they're there to help grow it. And I think that they're okay, but they're, without the transplant, you're not going to grow it at all just using pills. Finasteride and minoxidil, I think, are the proven ones which do help grow, but again, you're not going to get like a hair transplant result if you haven't had the hair transplant. But people say, what shampoo am I using? And again, I've used expensive ones, I've used cheap ones, and I don't notice tons of difference, so save yourself some money. I just get the cheap ones now. I've got whatever's in the bathroom. I think I use 95p caffeine shampoo from Home Bargains or supermarket own brand. I don't really notice tons of difference, I've got to say, between. I've got like a £12 shampoo, the Revigem one, and it's fine, but I don't think it's like really shampoo that's growing my hair much. I think the transplant is what's done it, and yeah, just don't go too mad with the hair, like spending money on stuff like that. I've got my little laser comb thing I use every now and again, but again, I don't know how much that would do, probably not much. I've heard from guys who know a lot more about that sort of stuff, and they've said that you need like a really expensive one with a lot of laser light things on it. Mine was just a cheap one off Amazon, but if you want to try it, then try it. I think it was about £11. I've got a link below to it. People say, what combs do you use? I've got my one from the pound shop. Got these, basically. These ones just be careful with, because you get the little white bits on the end and they do fall off into your hair and it makes you look like you've got dandruff, so this one doesn't have those. But yeah, I think it's from pound shop, so that's what I use. I get loads of questions about loads of different things, like how old am I? I'm 44. You get questions about skin and stuff like that. Do I use stuff on my skin? There's a guy on YouTube, and he's also on Instagram. He's called Western Boucher, and his YouTube channel is pretty cool. I'll put a link below if you want to check that out. He's a male model. He's been on the cover of Men's Fitness magazine, and his channel is really good. It's got a lot of tips on health, skin, hair, eating healthily, that sort of thing. He's sort of in his late 30s, so it's a pretty cool channel. I'll put a link to that. And yeah, I've taken a lot of tips from him. So, and he recommends this emu oil for your skin, so I bought some of that recently. It smells pretty good because it's got lavender in it. A lot of guys sort of don't like admitting that they'd like to sort of look their best, really. Women have for years had so many makeup, adverts, YouTube, everything, but guys are sort of a bit more frightened to admit, like, you don't go out with your mates and go, oh, I've got this new skin cream sort of thing, moisturiser or whatever. It's just not the sort of thing you really talk about, is it? So yeah, I mean, this channel, this guy is really cool because he talks about all that sort of stuff, and yeah, I'm sort of trying some of the stuff that he's bought. This stuff is pretty expensive if you're in the UK because they send it from Australia. I mean, this little bit was about 20 quid. If you're in Australia, it's nowhere near as expensive as that. It's called emu oil, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's quite greasy though, so you have to sort of put it on before you go to bed. But yeah, I'll put a link to his channel below because it's a good channel to watch and it's pretty interesting. And like I said, I've got a few tips off of him for different things like hair and skin. That's about it really. If you've got any questions at all, I get so many questions, so if I don't get back straight away, just bear with me because I do get back to you eventually. You can get in touch via, some get in touch via Facebook because I'm on the Hair Loss Crusaders. People get in touch via Instagram. You can direct message me via Instagram if you want to send me a message. But yeah, leave a comment below and I will try and answer as many as I can. I try and answer all of them because I get most of my stuff off Amazon because I find it pretty easy, and there's a locker just up the road from me. That's what I really like. So if you're not home, you get it delivered to a locker, go and pick your stuff up from there. That I take the Kirkland minoxidil, the solution, I don't think they do on Amazon, so I got that off eBay quite a while back. Like I said, I go to like Home Bargains and the pound shops. Some of their stuff's just as good for like brushes and stuff like that. If I find anything that's pretty cool that I like, you know, even if it's not hair related, I'll just stick a link down there because I've got quite a few good things. Like I've got a toothbrush from a company called Fairy Wheel. I think they're like a Chinese company, but you know, I've had a Philips Sonicare brush before and it was nearly 100 quid. And when that stopped working, I got this Fairy Wheel one from Amazon and it's just as good. It lasts so long as well. It lasts, brush your teeth twice a day and the battery lasts for a month before it needs charging. And it comes with this little charger thing that you put on, but you charge it via the USB. Got that. The other good thing that I would recommend, I got these headphones. They're Bluetooth headphones. They also come with a cable so you can plug it straight in. And on the way to Rio and back, I used them on the plane. It's about 11 hours there and 11 hours back. And they are amazing. They were £39, I think. And I used to have the Bose ones, and they're just as good as that. They're, you know, for £39, they were amazing. They were auto noise cancelling, so you press the button, you charge them up before you go, and the battery lasts for about, I think, 30 hours. So you charge them up, put them on, press the button, and the engine noise just literally gets cut straight out. And yeah, I had a great flight, really nice. I was in economy and I actually managed to sleep on the way home. Just, you don't even need to listen to the TV or the music or whatever, you just put the noise cancelling on, just wear them, and it just blocks the engine out, the engine noise. So yeah, I'd recommend those. I had a look, I don't know if they're still selling them, but there's other similar ones for similar prices on there, so they are pretty cool if you travel a lot. But yeah, let's get off the subject. But yeah, so this is my hair. Any questions, leave a comment and I will get back to you. If you sort of got anything at all you want to sort of say about my hair or your hair, or if you want advice on clinics. Obviously I can only talk about the clinic I went to because I've only had the one op. Hopefully do a video at the 6-month mark, because as you probably know, if you have a hair transplant, you're told to sort of leave it 12 months before you see the full results. But yeah, I'm sort of happy so far. If my crown starts catching up and the sort of top bit in there starts catching up, then it'll be brilliant. At 6 months you're allowed to sort of cut your hair on top. I know a lot of guys cut theirs beforehand. I will probably cut mine back a bit next month and yeah, do the sides and the back again. But yeah, it's come along well. So I hope yours are all going well if you've had it. If not, if you're considering it, if there's something putting you off, let me know. I won't try and talk you into getting it done because it's obviously up to you. But a lot of people are worried about the needles, the pain. What's one day of a little bit of discomfort? Some people say it's the worst thing ever. I honestly didn't think it was. A lot of people go on and on about the painless anaesthetic. That's one thing I will just quickly mention. A lot of guys don't fully understand that. They think that the painless anaesthetic is different to the needles anaesthetic. It's not. It's like a gun, and in my first video I mentioned it a lot more, but they basically shoot this sort of pen thing that's like a little, it feels like someone going flick, 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 like someone's got an elastic band flicking on you. And that's why you'll see when guys have had it done, just after, you get like these dots, because they do it all around there, and you get these red dots. Mine lasted about a week to 2 weeks, and then the skin sort of healed and it went away. But you have that done, that numbs the skin, it just shoots something into it and it kind of goes, your skin feels hard, and then they put the injections in. And it's supposed to just basically make the pain about 60 to 70% less of what the needles would be. I wouldn't call the needles pain, because I had some done at the back without the painless anaesthetic. It's more just like a sting. But if that's the only thing that's putting you off, I really wouldn't be put off by it. They give you a pill before you start, which really chills you out and just relaxes you. So yeah, don't let that put you off. But like at the end of the day, if you're definitely not going to get the op done, then just forget about it, because there's a lot of guys who, I know there's some write to me and they literally have it built up in their head that it's so bad, and it's this massive operation, people slicing your head. It's really not that bad. It's, you know, if you can go to a dentist, you know, you can get your hair done. It's seriously not as bad as what I had thought it was going to be. It takes a while, you know, you're sat down, but like I said, they give you a pill, you're sort of quite relaxed, they put music videos on and stuff, you just sit there and just let them get on with it. They know what they're doing. They do, as long as you go to a reputable place that's had good results in the past, and the doctor and technicians know what they're doing. And that's another question I get, is about the technicians. How do you know which ones you're going to get? I don't know. I didn't know what I was going to get. I just went there, went in, met the guy. He's a really nice guy, could speak basic English, and then another girl came in. They were working sort of together. The guy was there all day. The girl sort of popped off in the afternoon. And the doctor did my incisions. I had the meeting with the doctor beforehand. But yeah, you don't know exactly who you're going to get as a technician. The place where I went, all the technicians are very well experienced. I think the doctor's sister even does some of the incisions now if you want. In my package it included the doctor, so I didn't pay any extra for that when I booked mine. But yeah, the incisions, people are saying, oh, these, you know, they're worried about them being cut and stuff. I'm guessing that if the doctors sort of made all the cuts and there was a power cut or something, or you freaked out and you really didn't want them putting your hairs back in, the grafts back in, the cuts are so small they'll probably just heal over straight away anyway. But yeah, a lot of people do get really sort of hung up on the whole thing. It's natural to be nervous. Everyone is nervous, you know. If people would be lying to you if they said, oh no, I was completely fine, not nervous. When I was driving up from the hotel, they take you up to the hospital, I was nervous. The guys in the it's like a minivan they took us up in. There's two of us, I think they were from Spain, they were nervous as well. It's natural to be nervous, you'd be mad if you weren't, but it's really not as bad as what I thought it was going to be. Some guys tolerate pain more than others, but you know, as for my experience, I've got sunburn on my back at the moment. That is hurting more than what the op did. And the next day, you know, the needles, it's not like the needles really hurt for hours on end. I don't know why my camera just decided to switch itself off. That's it basically for another month. If I think of any more videos, if you're into my channel or into travel at all, I'll be putting some videos up of Rio. So if you like that sort of stuff, or flights, I just do reviews of my flights. I'll be putting that on. Feel free to subscribe, and if you click the little bell thing next to the subscribe button, that gives you alerts when I've put a new video up. That's about it really. It's halfway point for me next month, be 6 months. So, you know, hopefully it will just keep growing. Hopefully the crown will keep going. But yeah, so far so good. Cheers, bye.